Good morning, family. Good morning, cousins. Happy Saturday. How are y'all doing this morning? Hope you had a restful night. Uh, Lord, Milton Leroy. Yeah, he on one this morning. He is on one this morning. Oh, good morning, good morning. Y'all gonna hear him running. He doing his gymnastics and acrobatics this morning. Guess he'll be doing that until good morning, cousin. Good morning, cousin Charlene. Hey, love. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Queen Bee. I'm feeling better. I forgot. Well, it wasn't here by the time I got off of yesterday. But by the last time I talked to Queen Bee, I had already gotten my oxygen refills. They brought my canisters out. And it's a shame that I had to literally threaten them. Threaten to file on them. And I got 4 small canisters and 1 large tank. So if the power goes out, I will be set. Like I said, it's a shame that I had to do all of that. But they brought it a little bit before lunchtime. It was almost 12 o'clock my time. So yeah, all that matters is that I have it. So thank God for that. And I thank God I only have a little bit more time with this company, and then I'll start my new contract. So I'm looking forward to better and greater things. Yes, how are y'all doing this morning? Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Charlene, cousin, I thought maybe this was your off-grid day, so I'm glad that you're here this morning. And I'm gonna come back. Not late afternoon, but it'll probably be a little bit after lunchtime, because I want to do the bath salts, because y'all know my shower chair is coming today, so I want to I gotta make me, even though I won't be in the shower, I can still put them down, just for the aromatics, for a little while. And let's soften my feet. But I want to make some more bath salts, and so I need to, because I haven't made any in a minute, I need to go through my my supplies and find my coloring. Yes. I'm glad. Oh, I decided to work. Oh, okay. Okay, so you can get more work done without them being there. I get it. So, yeah. Hey, good morning, Clash. How are you doing, love? Good morning. Like I said, like I said, I need to I need to go through the boxes and my box of supplies and get my coloring out, because I want it to be like a blue or a green or something like that. Depending on which color I have, that's what color it'll be. It's going to be the scent of eucalyptus. So, but if I don't have green, I'll make do with what I have. Um, so yeah, I'm be parlaying in the shower chair. when it gets here. I was noticing on my Amazon that like my gloves should be here today. 'Cause y'all know when I go out, I wear gloves and a mask. Um, like the winter gloves that you buy, the knit gloves. The texture of them, I can't. I've never liked them. I don't like the texture of certain things. Um, so yeah, I can't do them. Just like sleeping with socks on and all of that, I can't do that. I remember I had surgery one time and I was crying so bad for them to take the compression socks off after surgery because I didn't like the way they felt on my skin. And they were like, the nurses were coming in, they were like, you shouldn't be in any pain. Why are you upset? And I was telling them, I was trying to pay people, bribe people. Good morning, how are you, love? Okay. Thank you, beautiful soul. I can't pronounce is it Kagami Pop? If not, I'm so sorry if I messed your name up. But thank you for coming in just to say hi. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. I was trying to pay people to take my compression stockings off. Good morning, Serenity. Good morning, Brittany. How are y'all doing? Good morning. Come on in. You come one time as a visitor, you leave as a cousin. So now you have a cousin in Alabama. Hey, y'all. Hey. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Yeah, it's the texture of certain things. Like, y'all probably gonna laugh. You know how some people are scared of like cotton balls and oh, love back to you, sweetheart. Thank you. Some people are not allergic, but they have a phobia. They're afraid of cotton balls. Oh, you're from Florida. Welcome in, Florida cousin. Welcome in. I know you have better weather there than I'm having here. What is it, in the 60s, 70s there? I forgot to check this morning, but it's pretty cold here. Not snowing yet, but it's pretty cold. Like I said, some people are afraid of cotton balls. See? Send a little bit of it my way. Not a lot to where it's going to affect y'all, but send just a little bit. You're in Tennessee. How's the weather there, Brittany? How's the weather in Tennessee? I have, y'all know I have a fear of lizards and frogs and stuff like that. But you know when you have a potato, and we call it here, it starts growing eyes. Basically, it starts sprouting. Oh, it's pretty good. Good. Like I said, between you and Serenity, just send a little bit to Alabama. Like I said, not enough to where you can actually, feel a major difference. Good morning, Ashley. But enough that we can feel a major difference here. Hey, Ashley. Hi, love. Good morning. Good morning, sweetheart. Happy Saturday. You know, when the potatoes start sprouting, as we call it, growing eyes, I'm scared of them. I can't touch them. I either have to wait for someone to come over and remove the potatoes, because I can't do it. It's just something about them that I don't know why it scares me, but they do. And it's been like that. Really? It's been like that, I say, all my life, but as long as I can remember. And when I became single again and had some, I would just have to wait. I would just have to wait until someone came because I was scared of them, to remove them. And when my kids were younger, I would get them to remove the eyes off of the potatoes, and I could use them. But I can't do it. I cannot do it. I've tried. I've tried to do it. I just cannot. Um, and that's the way it is with certain textures, like beans. I don't eat beans because I don't like the texture of beans. Growing up, growing up in the South, that was a staple on the table. At least 6 out of 7 nights, right? And so my mom would make me sit at the table, thinking that I was just being picky. And you had to eat what was cooked. And that wasn't the problem. I would eat the cornbread. I would eat, if there were meat in the beans, I would eat the meat. And she would make me sit there. And one night, she made me sit there. I had to sit at the table all night long. All night long. And when she got up the next morning, it was like 3:30, and I was still at the table. And she figured out then, she was like, okay, it's not that you're picky, so what is it? Because no one would do this, not even a kid, would sit up all night. You would have ate the beans by now, or figured out a clever way to get rid of them. And I was telling her I did not like the way they felt in my mouth. So after that morning, that incident, she stopped putting beans on my plate and more so insisting that I eat them. So green beans I don't have a problem with, but it's the beans that are encased, like black-eyed peas, pinto beans, butter beans, and they look so good, they smell good, and to see everybody around me eating them and enjoying them, I cannot. I even cook beans. Okay, Brittany. Okay, cousin. Now you're a cousin, Brittany. You leave as a cousin. So come back and see us, okay? Have a great day. Be careful. Be safe. And I love you. So like I said, it's just they go in your mouth one way, and then you chew, and then they turn into something else. No different than a lot of foods, but I don't like that. I don't like it. So I don't know. And like I said, I have a lot of things. I say quirks, but I don't think they are now. Since Brittany says she doesn't like touching the potatoes, or she's afraid of the potatoes with eyes on them too. So maybe not as quirky or as weird as I thought they were. You know how some people, when they're cooking, they can wash their hands and immediately, without drying them. Good morning, Stu. Lord, y'all, Stu done changed his name. All right. Or did you just do a whole new one, Stu? Y'all will not be calling me by my government name. Good morning, Stu. Good morning, Tony. How are you doing, cousin? That's right. You know, Stu, she also had sarcoidosis and passed away with complications of sarcoidosis. So it's funny that you would call me Mahalia Jackson this morning. But I'll take that. I'll take that. Talking about my Deniseisms, the things that make me unique. Yes, it is, Tony. Yes, Hey, Invisible! I see you, love. Good morning. Happy Saturday, cousin. Where have you been? I need to hear all about it. They say, I must know. I got to know. Where you been, love? You know how some people, when they're cooking, they wash their hands and instead of drying their hands, school and sports. I got you. I got you. I understand. I hope both are going well for you. Well, great, not well, great. And then they can immediately just, without drying their hand, pick up a spoon, stir in the pot. I can't do that. I can't have my hands wet. And I also, like I said, I don't eat pancakes because of the syrup. The syrup makes the inside of my elbows and my neck sticky if I eat it. And I know that sounds weird to everybody, but it really does. I don't know how to explain it. My mom, you know, thought I had a lot of mental deficiencies, which I probably did. But she tried everything, and I can't wear a turtleneck because it feels like, you know, I can't breathe. So yeah. But the syrup thing, you know, people are like, oh, don't ever tell anybody that, you know, that it makes your inner elbows and your neck sticky, because there is no way. It is, and it happens every time. I've tried to eat pancakes. I've tried to eat syrup. I cannot do it. It still happens to me to this very day. If I were to try, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like I said, it's the texture of things. It's the and the result of eating things. And my daughter would look at me like, what is wrong with you? I mean, like, really, what's wrong with you? I don't know, but like I said, those things have been in place since I was, as long as I can remember. And I remember, you know, back in the day, we had that, what was that, sorghum syrup and molasses, and you could turn, it came in a glass jar. You could turn it upside down and it would still take 5 minutes. See, it's something about it. And it still take like 5 minutes. Honey, I did, Tony. You missed the announcement. I got 5 canisters in all. I got 4 small ones and 1 large one yesterday. Yes, that molasses syrup, cousin. They came a little bit before lunchtime. And like I said, it was a shame that I literally had to threaten these people. You know? And it shouldn't come to that. But like I said, I got it. I got everything that I needed. My gloves should be here today. And like I said, it's not so much that I'm a germaphobe. It's just that I have to protect myself. Yes. Because whether you realize it or not, if you just pulled up to a restaurant and not even go in, just observe the people that are going in and their activity before they touch the door handle to come in. Some are wiping their nose, some are digging in their butts. You just never know, you know. So nope. Nope. I'm gonna protect myself. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. But it's the truth. It's the truth. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be a restaurant. Yes. See, I'm telling you, just so like I said, you have to protect yourself. And like I said, it's not even a restaurant, the post office, anywhere. Just sit in your car for a minute and watch the people, watch their activity as they're getting out of their vehicles and walking in the store. What they do in that short period of time will be enough to make you want to, no, I don't need anything out of here. I've done that plenty of times. Plenty of times. I used to go to we only had like a little small grocery store where I grew up. And I would go in there and literally shop in shifts. Okay, sweetheart. All right. Later, alligator. See you later, alligator. You be careful. Have a great Saturday, Invincible. And I love you. I'll see you next time. Excuse me. And so I would like shop in shifts in the same, same shopping trip. I would go in there and get what I could carry in my arms, and I refused to let them bag them because the guy that was bagging them, he was, I don't know, he had some stuff going on with him, and the stuff I had seen him do with his hands, I just didn't want him touching my stuff, right? So I would bring all this stuff home, unbagged, and hey, Ma. And one day I was getting all the stuff out of the car, and I was married at the time, and my mother-in-law was like, what happened? Did they run out of bags at the store? And I was like, no, I refuse to let Mr. So-and-so bag up my groceries because he's nasty. And she said something that stopped me from going to that store ever again in my life. She said, well, who you think put it on the shelf? Girl, I almost threw up out of my nose when she said that. Because that was the truth. Who do you think put it on the shelf? He had already touched my stuff. I was like, Lord have mercy. I never went back. Never went back. Come on, baby. Sit. Sit down. Yes. Sit down. God is great. God is good. Amen. There you go. Milton Leroy wanted a snack, so he knows that we have to pray. We have to pray over our stuff. Did y'all hear him talking back? Oh, yes. Yes, cousin. Yes. Like I said, it's just, it's hard. It is really hard. I know that, getting things from Amazon, that others have touched it too, but I just don't feel like it's come in contact with as many people as, say, getting it from Walmart, where thousands of people have possibly walked by, coughed, touched, or came in contact with that item. From the person putting it on the shelf to people deciding if they want to buy it, to everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's easier to sanitize and wipe down what I get from Amazon. It's not easy, it's the same process, but I'm saying it's come in contact with less people. In my mind, it's come in contact with less people. So we're gonna keep that going. Yes. I mean, it's something else. And like I said, when you have a illness that compromises your immune system, you become an overthinker of how to protect yourself. I'm feeling better this morning, Tony. My pain is normal, back on the scale of normal pain for me. So I finally caught up with it. I am going to now that my hands feel better. Like I said, still a little bit swollen. And if I show you my hands, you probably won't even be able to tell because you don't know what they look like normally. But can you see how red my hands are? Can y'all see that? And how dark they are because of the medication. So they're lighter and darker. It's something. But from this side, you can see like in the joints, the swelling. And that's what it looks like with sarcoidosis. Those joints are still inflamed right now. And they hurt. But overall, I'm feeling better. I feel like, y'all know last time I said I could feel like I could go run a race. But I do. I feel great. I never have any complaints. I have issues, sometimes. But this morning I have no issues. Like I said, I'm going to come back on a little bit later after lunch. Depending on how long we stay on this morning. Because I want to do my bath salts. Unless y'all feel like making them this morning, y'all give me a minute and I can go through my box of supplies and get my coloring. And we could... I have one glove. Maybe I have one glove that I can mix it with. Or I just use a spoon. I didn't. Y'all want to make bath salts this morning? We can do that. We can make bath salts this morning. Because see what I'm trying to do? My shower chair is coming today. I got my I'm telling y'all, this has been a great month. I got my oxygen refills. Got my shower chair coming today. Come on. Tomorrow y'all might come on. Yeah, I might need to go ahead and do the bath salts this morning because when my shower chair comes, y'all might not see me until tomorrow. And you may not see me then. You might just see this green screen and hear water in the background because I might be doing the live from the shower chair. No, I'm telling you, a lot of things I have not. Girl, that's Amazon. But that package is not big enough for a shower chair. Is she coming back? Y'all lie me, babe. I'll be right back. Let me see what she... Probably just my gloves. I'll be right back, y'all. Yeah, that was my gloves. So my shower chair is still on the way. Okay. Yeah, I've never... Like I said, y'all are teaching me a lot. A lot of things here. I've never heard of that before, but I'm writing it down. It's good for inflammation. Okay. No, but I will look it up. Never heard of that before. I've learned a lot in 24 days. I've learned a whole lot here. Thank y'all. Like I said, a lot of this stuff that you all have suggested, I would have never thought of on my own And I haven't come across anything like that in all of these years. So thank you, cousin. I will definitely look it up. So what is it like? You said it's a wax machine. So do you just, the hot wax or the warm wax soothes? I have to look it up and see how exactly how it works. If you get a large one, you can use it for your feet, elbow. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. That would be great. Because this, while your comment was popping up, I was thinking, oh, that would be so good if it were, if I could use it on my feet. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. And did you all remember when you said link? That reminds me of Leah. Did you all remember to follow her on Instagram? She put her link in the chat yesterday. I was able to follow her. Y'all know my silly self tried to follow her during my live and actually paused my live. So I wasn't able to do it then. But I went back yesterday afternoon and followed her on Instagram. I haven't seen her this morning, so and it keeps the skin soft as a baby. Whoa! Okay, that's cool because I use my doctor always asks me too, why are your hands? he always mentions that my hands feel so soft and so smooth, and I'm like, well, I'm a lady, they're supposed to be soft and smooth. But I use coconut oil everywhere. That is my lotion all year. All year. So yes, to find something else that does the same thing, yes. Like I said, I will definitely have to check into that because I've never heard of that before. The paraffin wax, yes, but not the machine. Yes. But yeah. Do y'all want to make bath salts this morning? Let me know and we'll go ahead and do it. Like I said, I'm waiting on my shower chair. I foresee a great future with that shower chair. Yes, I do. Great times are on the horizon. But if you want to make them this morning, give me a minute to. Okay. Well, give me a minute. Let me get everything, and then we'll get it all set up. Not like y'all probably still hear me while I'm getting the stuff, but yeah, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients, so not much. I'll be right back. Oh, and I talked to Melvin this morning. He's home from the hospital again. He had an asthma attack while he was on live with us yesterday on TikTok. And he's home. They gave him a nebulizer. They gave him a breathing treatment, and they also gave him a nebulizer. They told him that he has asthma. So he said he's feeling better. He's tired. He's breathing better. And he's going to get some rest. And I'll check on him later on this afternoon. He said that he messaged Queen Bee as well. So y'all keep Melvin, cousin Melvin, in your prayers. Okay. A few more things. I'll be back. Hey, Milton. Okay, y'all, I'm almost done. One more thing. Okay. Okay. Ooh, good morning, cousin. Good morning. Yes. Okay, y'all give me a minute. Please. I don't mean to say it like that. Whew. Good morning, cousin. Y'all had to go find me an apron, one glove. One glove. Okay, let me see here. How I can get this repositioned here. And Milton was right behind me. Every step. Every step. Okay. And since I don't measure, so it's more like eyeballing for me, because I know how I want mine to feel and look. I want mine to be more on the dry side than wet. So, and guess what? I found some green dye. Is the green screen messing with this? What you can see? Yeah, it is. Yeah, because you can't see the stuff. Okay. Okay. Whew. Give me a minute. Let me get something situated here. So we can keep knocking down my stuff. But give me a minute here. Get this situated so I can get y'all where y'all can see. Dude, it's okay. I'm not messing with your stuff now, too. It's okay, man. It's okay. Oh. Let me see. I'm going to take the green screen off for a minute here. Good morning. Now can you see the bowl there? Okay. Y'all are gonna have to let me know if y'all can see because I can't see you anymore. And I forget that I can't hear y'all. How much y'all gonna have to let me know if y'all can see. I'm trying to gauge it by looking over. Is that good? Like, okay, I see clear. Clear. Okay. Okay. So, I have 100% pure and natural eucalyptus oil. Essential oil. I get mine from Amazon. And I get my Epsom salt from, this may have come from Amazon as well. Mail. It's just regular, unscented, multi-purpose Epsom salt. Yeah, this came from Walmart. And baking soda. So I'm going to move the bowl just back a little bit. Epsom salt. Yeah. Epsom salt. Milton has really been a co-pilot this morning. And that is the eucalyptus oil. And the coloring, it came from Hobby Lobby. It came with a lot of different other colors. So I don't even know the name of the company, but you can look back in the section of Hobby Lobby where they have like the bath bomb and all of that, those supplies, and you'll find the coloring. It doesn't stain your tub or anything like that, which is why I wouldn't suggest using food coloring of any sort, because it possibly will stain your tub. And just baking soda. Baking soda. You know, this is my first video like this, so I'm not sure how it's going to look on the replay, and y'all let me know. I'm gonna put that back right there. I'm gonna slide this over a little bit, and I'm gonna put this back. And now I didn't get a scoop or anything. So give me 1 second. Let me go get a scoop. I apologize. Like I said, this is my first video doing this. Trying to put it back where I had it. I'm trying to gauge it by. Are y'all still good? I can't see. This is gonna be a wild video. Yes, it is. It's gonna be a wild video. Hopefully you get what you need from it though. Hopefully. I'll be right back. Whew. What's going on, man? Oh, what's going on? You're okay. You're okay. Okay, I just really got measuring cup. So I'm gonna do 1 cup of Epsom salt. Can y'all see that? It just feels like it's off-center to me. And that looks worse. I'm gonna do 2 cups of Epsom salt. And the reason I put in the baking soda, is because I want it to still be dry. I want it to still be dry. I want it to absorb the oil. I don't want a oily salt. And plus the baking soda makes the water feel good too. Makes the water really smooth. And that's the cup of baking soda. And I can add more baking soda if after I add the oil, it's still too wet for me. But I just mix it together. Hey, Milton. This oil smells so good. I love eucalyptus. I love bergamot. I love lavender, lemongrass, all of that. And you see, that's why I don't make this that often. Because you see how that baking soda comes up and the dust from it kind of bothers me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see how big this dropper is? So that wasn't even a 1/4. I'll add more if I feel like I need to, but normally no more than 20. Because you know, a lot of the oils don't have the same, they're not as fragrant as others. So some more, some less. And you see, it didn't even look like I put any oil in it. But you can smell it. It smells good. This is going to be a great pairing with my new shower chair. And y'all, the reason that it'd be best to wear gloves and not mess up your nails, because or you could use a spoon or something to mix it with, maybe even a plastic whisk, but it will strip your nail polish because of the Epsom salt. It's like playing in sand, you know. It's going to mess up your nail polish, and the chemicals from the essential oil will also mess up your nail polish. Even if it's gel polish, it will still mess it up. Okay, and here's the let me see. Here's the coloring, and it's only going to take a drop or two because I don't want it to be really dark. Well, I'm gonna do 3 drops. Do 3 drops. And here we go. Just fold in. And it's just turning it a green color, like a mint green right now. So maybe a few more. Hey, Millie Mill. Hey, Millie Mill. Yeah, can y'all see Milton head in between popping up? Hey, Milton. But the more I mix this in, the more fragrant the eucalyptus oil gets. And you probably can't even see the green. It's just like a mint green right now. Give me a few minutes. I'm going to step away. I messed up this glove. Hey, look. Here it is. There it is. I'm coming, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so I went and got my dish washing gloves. It's thicker, so hopefully it won't mess it up. I'm gonna put 3 more drops. I'm just gonna do 3 at a time. Well, no, I'm gonna do 4. Did you? Yeah, Milton has got to check out everything, honey. Everything. And like I said, this is really quick.
What can I help you with?
Baby, please leave me alone, Alexa. Milton, tell her to hush. Nothing, Alexa. Look, she about to drive my baby up a wall. So like I said, if you have sensitive skin, or if you just want to save on some money on making your own bath salts, you can. Like I said, it's just 4 ingredients. Epsom salt, unscented Epsom salt, or you could use the scented if you want to and not even add any scent to it. But I did 2 cups of Epsom salt, 1 cup of baking soda, so far 8 drops of coloring, and I've done 8 drops of eucalyptus oil. So that's what I'm making, eucalyptus scented bath salts. And you just take it and you sprinkle some into your bath and enjoy. Find an airtight container or a Ziploc bag to put them in. And this also, I've given this away as Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, and they love it. They love it. I said it makes the bath so relaxing. You just use whatever scent you want to use. Like I said, I have one that for nighttime I like the lavender, and I also like lemongrass in the morning. I used to make not only just bath salts, but bath bombs and shower steamers. And the lemongrass sold really well because they would wake you up in the morning. And happy, just happy. They always make me smile. So we're going in with, I guess I'll do 5 drops this time. I haven't, 3, 4, 5, because it's really not turning it. It's not going to be like a dark green anyway. I'd have to use the whole thing to get it to turn that green properly, or add some add a liquid to it, which we're not going to do. But I was trying to get it a little bit darker so you all could see the green in it. Now you just see the specks in it. Milton Leroy. Milton. Bless his heart. Y'all know Milton is like his mama. Oh. Okay. Like I said, you can still see some of the dark green, but I can't keep doing it because this is hurting my hand. But it's mixed in enough that that it's changed the color of the bath salts. Like I said, it'll be greener once it hits the water. But for right now, that's all we can do. That's all I can do. This would be something fun to do with the kids during summer. They can make their own, bath salts. And like I said, it doesn't irritate. I have sensitive skin, period. And with sarcoidosis, it's even worse because, I have the sarcoidosis rash that comes and goes. And right now it's here on different parts of my body. So this does not irritate my skin at all. And hopefully you can see that little green tint to it. But like I said, it'll become greener when it's mixed with water. But like I said, this dye right here will not stain your bathtub or anything like that. And you just go to the dollar store, get you pretty container. This is just one that I just had on hand. I would have put this in a Ziploc bag. But this is just one that I had in reach here. So I'm just gonna put it down. And if you want to, you can get you a pretty little scoop or a spoon from the Dollar Tree. Or do what I do. Just pour some in the cap and pour it into the tub while the water's running. And there you go. There you go. You got bath salts. You can lift this scented bath salts. Like I said, these make nice gifts because I've never given them away and they not come back and and ask me where I got it from. And they're easy. Like I said, they're cost effective. And they're good for the skin. So there you go. Homemade bath salts. In how many minutes? Not many at all. Didn't take long at all to do that. Let me clean up my mess a little bit here. Yes, pretty easy and simple. And like I said, I only use this jar right here. That jar, of eucalyptus oil will last me a long time. Because like I said, I only use eight drops for that, and you can really smell it really good. And you know, once it hit the hot water, you're really going to be able to smell it. And that's what you want. Like I said, you just lay back and enjoy your relaxing bath. In my case, my relaxing shower chair. Because honey, I'm ready. I'm ready and waiting on it. Yes. So you want to be able to control what you're putting on in your body, on your skin, you know. Because when you buy it off the shelf, you really have no control, you know, unless you just choose not to purchase it because of the ingredients. But you know how we are. We like things to smell good, and if it says it's going to relax us and take us to the moon, more than likely we're going to buy it because we want to be relaxed and we want to go to the moon. Have the feeling of going to the moon, you know? So yeah. That's what we got. That's what we got here. Thank y'all. That didn't, hopefully y'all could see everything. It wasn't too bad on your end. And yeah, we can do that again. Uh-oh. I don't know what in the world I just did, honey. Uh-oh. Let me see. Whew. Y'all know I just be touching buttons. No, we don't want to do that. Y'all, I don't even know where I am to get back to where I was. Whew. There we are. There's one. I just be touching buttons. Just because they're here. I really do. Oh. Oh, mercy. Okay. Okay. What you doing, Mook? What are you doing? We back. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, great. Great, Cousin Charlene. Oh. Yeah, and that's all it takes. And like I said, I can still smell it. And of course, like I said, you can make this with girls' night out, or like I said, just Christmas gifts, Valentine's Day gifts. Do whatever scent and color it red and decorate buy a decorative container or decorate the container, you know, that you put it in yourself. Makes beautiful gifts. All I would have to do on this one is put some kind of ribbon around it with the name tag, and it's ready to go. It's ready to go. And maybe, you know, a little scooper, like I said, but you can buy the little spoons and stuff from Dollar Tree. That's where I get mine from when I do them as gifts, or when I was selling them, making them and selling them. I would get the little scoops from Dollar Tree, and people loved them. And I would do like a 3 and a 5 ounce pouch, and like I said, they sold great. So if you want something to even do on the side, you can do that. Do that and make it into a side hustle, because people love stuff like that. Like I said, you know, ladies, we love stuff that smells good. And you can even, like I said, do the sandalwood scents for men, you know, for like the shower. They can sprinkle down a little bit in the shower. It smells great. because that was a favorite with the guys when I was doing them. And I only started doing it because the guys were like, oh, nothing for us at the events. And they were like, you don't have any sense for us. And so I went back and I found a sandalwood set. And it did really, really well with the guys. So yeah, no one is left out. No one is left out. Not even the kids, So I missed something here. Let me go back. And like I said, I hope y'all could see it. Good morning, Mocha. Good morning, Cousin Mocha. How are you doing? Love? Good morning, Brittany. How are you doing? Y'all came on in here. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Nay. Good morning, cousin. Oh, wow. Oh, happy Saturday. Good morning. I hope I'm not missing anyone that came in while I was unable to see the screen here. But yeah. Yeah. So like I said, that's not hard to do at all. Yes, that's exactly why, Queen B. It's like it's me, Lucy. Ooh, y'all. I am sitting where I'm so excited about my shower chair, honey. I have the blind open so I can see. I can see if somebody come up to the front door, honey. I can see it. I can jump right out there and get it out of their hand. Good morning, Cousin Leah. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I followed you on Instagram. It's under the Mindset Garden. Because Denise does not have a Instagram. But that's me. That's me. I'm glad. Yes, Leah, that was me. I'm great, I'm so happy, Queen B, because like I said, I couldn't see, and I was hoping y'all could, and I'm trying to read upside down, and honey, y'all know I'm thrown off. Multitasking in some areas is not my forte. I'm not, and it's not like I can hear, I'm waiting to hear y'all say, okay, we can see, and realize that I won't be able to hear y'all. So I just kind of tried to gauge it from what I could see, looking at it upside down. So I'm glad. Leah, we made the homemade bath salts this morning. Replay game, in effect. Thank you, cousin. Thank you. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I told Tony that I would do my mother's homemade cornbread. So I'll have to figure out how I can get that set up in the kitchen to do that. And that was just easy to do, the bath salts. You can't see it because of the green screen. I'm sorry. Easy to do on my work desk. But thank y'all for being patient while I ran around and got everything that I needed. And thank God that the coloring was on top in my supply box. Like I said, I haven't colored in it, but I knew when I got the eucalyptus that I wanted to color it green, and thank God I had some green in my supply box. But yeah, doing that mixing, I do have a spatula, but it's probably in another box. Oh, okay. And I was probably still fumbling with it, wasn't I, Queen? Well, I'm glad y'all could see. But yeah, all that mixing and trying to get everything properly distributed through the mixture, it hurts my hands because, like I said, my hands are already hurting, they're already swollen, but not too bad, not too bad. And like I said, it'll be really green once it hits the water. Like I said, it just looks like a mint green now, but you can still see it. Yes, it's bath salt. And like I said, you can put any essential oil that you want into it. And it only takes a few drops. Like I said, that like eucalyptus is going to be stronger than lavender, you know. So it doesn't take that many drops of eucalyptus unless I was making a big batch, that I was going to package up and sell. But since we're not doing that anymore, y'all might all get Christmas gifts, of bath salts. And the bath bombs, like I said, that's more mixing. So for me, I don't do those anymore because those really hurt. And you can't stop. Once you once you add the liquid to the bath bomb, you have to be moving. The bath bomb mixture, you have to, keep it going until it's in a mold. You just can't walk off and be like, oh, I'm hurting. I'll come back and do this later. No, your mixture will be hard as a brick. It will be a bath bomb. So you have to keep moving it. Like I said, once you mix in the wet, which I use 91% alcohol in my bath bombs. So once you mix that in with the dry ingredients, like I said, you got to be moving. And with this, it's a little bit more relaxed, I can mix it as much as I want to. And it's still going to be good, whether I get it all mixed through or not. But the baking soda and the Epsom salt, they're mixed really well. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad we went ahead and did it this morning. I may still even come back on, after my shower check get here just to show y'all. Because I am watching. And I mean, if we get in there later, I might be out there sitting in my car. Me and Mr. Leroy might be sitting in the car waiting on him. Go down to the end of the street so we can cut them off. Hey, you got something for me? I am not beyond doing something like that. And if you know me, you know I will do it. Hey, who are you looking for? And I have Milton Leroy hand. I whoop his paw out. Hey, give my mama stuff. Hey, good morning, Curtis. How are you doing, sweetheart? Nay, I'm telling you, I am so excited. It was like Christmas time. Good morning, Curtis. Happy Saturday. Yeah, I do. I make the shower steamers. But like I said, because of how my hands are right now, once you start the steamer process, when you mix the wet with the dry, you have to really be moving and getting it in the molds. Those molds are easier than the bath bomb molds, because what I do, I have a silicone tray that has I think it's like 24 squares in it, and you just press it down. I just press it down into those trays, and then I have to go back, and make sure they're smooth and perfect for the Virgo and me. So yeah, the shower steamers may be a little bit easier to do. They are a little bit easier to do as far as molding than the bath bombs. Yeah, so I might make some steamers, and I still have everything that I need to make them. So, and it's basically the same ingredients except for I use citric acid powder, and what else? The 91% alcohol, and then I use another solution because I am using essential oils a little bit more in the shower steamers. I use a solution. I cannot remember what it's called right now. I would have to show you, but I just put in a little bit, and it keeps it from being from messing up my drains and my pipes and everything like that. Keeps it from being oily. I would have to look. I'd have to show you when I get it out if I decide to make some. But yes, the shower steamers, they also did really well too. And I used to make some called, they smell like vapor rub. And those were really a big hit during the winter months too. But because they smell like vapor rub, the essential oils that I used were really strong, and they would always choke me up and make my throat, irritate my throat. So that's why I stopped making those, because they were just, they were too much on my lungs. Too much for me to inhale all of that fragrance. But yeah, the essential oils is fine. It's not bothering me at all. And like I said, I can still smell it. It smells good. I can't wait. I can't wait. Isn't that something now? I got my shower, my bath salts to christen my new shower chair. Y'all gonna hear me talk about that chair like I just won the lottery, because I really feel like I did. I'm just waiting on them to show up with the big paper check so we can all stand outside and take a picture with it, I'm looking to see my picture on the news, holding the shower chair box up or standing beside it. Yes, perfect timing. Like I said, if I just stop talking and disappear, that's because somebody coming to my front door. Like Melvin, somebody's at the door. And I may or may not come back. I'll be back. I'll be back to let y'all know that I ain't coming back. Y'all be sitting on here like, what is she doing? Is she coming back? Baby, that's the shower chair. She ain't coming back. Y'all can stay, leave, whatever you want to do. But I probably won't be back. And I was telling them, I said, y'all up to act a fool in this shower chair. It ain't like the chair. I'm gonna be riding down the road and doing donuts in, the Circle K parking lot. But I'm telling you, I am excited. My body is giddy. We ready for it. Is it what? I don't know, girl. Yes. So thank you again, cousin. Thank you. I'm saying, if y'all don't see me for like 24 hours or longer, y'all know what the deal is. Y'all know where I am. If Milton Leroy don't answer the phone, I probably won't be able to answer the phone myself. You know what? Y'all know what I need to do. Go down to the Dollar Tree when the weather gets better and get me a footstool. And what? I gotta put it together. Do y'all know how dyslexic and directionally challenged I am? Y'all about to see y'all about to see something now. Get your popcorn. Cousin might have to come down himself and put that chair together for me. Now, did I think about that part? No. Should I have? Yeah. You right. Both of y'all are right. Put some extra food down for Milton Leroy. Oh, that's all I have to put on it, just the legs. Oh, okay. Okay, I can handle that. I can handle that. Okay. Honey, my mind went to put a chair together. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Because I was already on some shenanigans. I was like, well, I could just take the part that's already together and put it in the shower and sit in it. I'm telling you, I was already on some mess over here. I'm like, I did not think about having to put it together at all. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking for my lip chip. Whew. So, who's going to make them some homemade bath salts? And if you do, please send me a picture, send me an email, send me something, and let me know. The arms too. Yeah, I want the arms, Queen Bee, because I'd probably go to sleep and without the arms, and I'd be done slid off in there like my Uncle Roscoe and hit my head on the faucet. I said fix it. Okay, less than 5 minutes later, it was so you give me, if it took you 5 minutes, give me at least 15 or 20. Yeah, 25, 30. Because I'm telling y'all, I am, and I'm dyslexic and I'm directionally challenged, and instructions, though they are in English, look like Greek to me. So, yeah, I need visuals, and I need the visuals to speak louder than words, because that's what I go by, the visuals. So if the visuals are good, yes, yes, yes. I'm trying to tell you, for real. I was really thinking, okay, whatever part is already together, that's what I'm putting in the shower. That's what I will be sitting on. The other part can wait if I have to put it together. But since it's just snap in place things, so they send it for people who have, I guess to make it easier on people like me, that maybe have challenges with their hands or strength or something like this. There's no screwing in place. Y'all don't. There's no tools that I need, right? And no, it will not. This is not Fresh Tail Friday, so it will be no screwing. Not today. Not any day, honey. Milton Leroy and I are over here living our best life. We ain't got time. Not right now. We waiting on a shower chair. Honey, if I see them come to my porch and I see one of my neighbors walk out their house, I might just tap at them. What you looking at? Don't be looking at my chair. They better not come out of their house at the same time my chair get here. I might need to let my blinds up and just put my face in the window and mean mug them real quick. I'll let them know. I ain't playing. Don't even come out your house when they shower chair. Don't even look over here. Don't even look this way. Yeah, the boy, I think. Girl, I will. I will put my face right up to this window. I'll open up the front door and press my face up against it and point for you, and especially you. I better not see y'all out there. looking out the door. Yeah, no, I don't, never been excited about Christmas, even as a child. But if this what Christmas feels like, yeah, girl, I wish he would. I wish he would step across that line today with my shower check up. He gonna be sliding. He gonna be sliding. I'm gonna sliding right back across. Right back across that street. Yes, honey. You know Mr. Herbert gonna see it. If he at home. He on his like I said, he not on a booze cruise, but he is on a booze wrecking ball cruise. I dare him to ask me what's in that bar. What you got there? Nothing. Nothing. Let Milton Leroy show him his hands. Milton like, I ain't doing that. Don't be telling nobody I'm finna do that. He just came, look at me like, do what? Show what? Oh, don't be telling nobody I'm fixing to do that. I'm a lover. I ain't no fighter. This what you want to do. I see you. I see you tipping around. I'll give you another one. You've been so good this morning. I see you. I got it, man. I got it. Sit. Sit down. Sit down. Come on. Sit. Put your head down. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. There you go. Yeah. And Milton over here praying. What is Yes. Honey, I will press his little hand right up against that window so his claws come out, because Milton, he's not getting that. I want him to be like a modern day Edward Scissorhands. You know what I'm saying? If I say show your hands, I want Milton, you know, Freddy Krueger, something. Milton be, that's what he be doing. And then I have to come and press on his hand to make his claws come out. I'm sorry, dude. I ain't talking about you. And then I can hear all my neighbors just talking about me afterwards. I don't care. I don't care. The one that lives next to me, she already know I have deficiencies, because I know that lady hear me laughing all the time of day and night. And I do. That's probably why they be looking over here a lot, because they hear me over here laughing my butt off day and night. And they never hear TV or anything. They probably just hear me talking and laughing. And they probably really, okay, that may have set the tone for them not looking over here, because they already thinking she talking to herself, she laughing over there. We don't hear TV or anything. So yeah, we don't want to go over there and mess with nothing on her porch. Nothing. Nothing. You sound like the doctor. You sound like a vet. Yeah, he says that all the time. He said, you have humanized these pet children to the point, you know, that they could not survive if they weren't in the home. Well, that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't want to live in a house with no wild animal, you know. Milton Leroy got to know how to pray, take a bath, ride in the car, wear clothes. And he does all of that really well. Really, really well. But at the same time, he has no survival skills at all. Like I said, I'm looking for a karate class to put him in. Oh, but before I talk about the karate class, I remember what I was saying. Go down to the Dollar Tree and get a step stool, put in the shower so I can use it as an ottoman for the shower chair. so I can be up in there really parlaying. Honey, I will be up in there sleep like I normally do. From the streets to Jesus. Amen. Amen. That's Milton Leroy. From savage to saved. He was never no savage. Not the way he was out there hollering and carrying on. And his mama was like, nope, I'm not coming. I'm not going back to get him. Nah, he should have kept up. That let you know right there, Milton Leroy got deficiencies. He couldn't even keep up with the other children his age. And his mother. Unless she was just tired and was like, you know what? I'm just going to space these kids out here, there, and everywhere. Somebody take them in. And she was right, and I thank her. Going to get a step stool from the Dollar Tree. Just one of those little plastic foldable stools that they have at the Dollar Tree. And baby, I will be in that shower with my feet up. The only thing will be missing is a screen to watch YouTube on. I'm telling y'all, when I go live, y'all may just, I'll put y'all up another green screen to let y'all know what time it is. You know, something, tickle your eyes while I'm taking a shower. But you'll hear the echo. You'll know. You'll hear the water running. You will know what's going on. But yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Matter of fact, I might ask the Amazon driver if they can just run up to the Dollar Tree and get me one when they bring my chair. Yes, a Saturday Shower Chronicles. Yes. That would be great. That would be great. Because I'm telling you, they might have to start it off without me, because I'm going to be parlaying. I'm still going to be acting a plum nut in my chair. I'm trying to see what I can do with it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm get a step stool for an ottoman and prop my feet up. Like I said, y'all ever seen the episode of Seinfeld where Kramer was doing everything in the shower? He was in there making a salad. He was cooking. He was doing everything. And he was like, I'm multitasking. I can, wash my clothes, wash lettuce, eat, all while I'm taking a shower. That might be me. I might have my own episode of Seinfeld on here. I have that anyway. I have my own episode of, Deniseism going on over here. Between myself and Milton Leroy. There's always a show on over here. Some kind of series running. Yes. Yes, ma'am. And y'all don't forget, we're trying to get, I know she does not want to go live, in April. But we're still trying to get her up to 50 subscribers on her YouTube, Cousin Leah. And everybody, like I said, everyone on this live need to have at least 50 subscribers on YouTube. That way, the choice is yours, whether you want to go live or not. But you need to have 50 subscribers in order to go live. And so, like I said, with 50 subscribers, that way, if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, that's still fine. But you'll be able to if you want to. And if you do, like I said, I will be right there watching. Right there, cheering you on, having a good time. Like I said, I don't, I just started eating breakfast. So I don't have breakfast prepared for you all when I come on. But if y'all are going to go on and, later in the day, at least have something for me to eat, when I get there. Yes. Based on, yes, Leah, because I actually looked up, I saw where you had said something about games. So I looked up some games over in the morning this morning to see what I could possibly, tweak a little bit to make it work for sarcoidosis awareness. And there were a few. So there are some that I'm gonna run by Leah, so that way when we're on together, we can actually do the games together with you all. But they will be, like I said, a teachable moment, as you that's how you put it in. And yes, that would be great. Kind of that, like I said, come on and do a shower day in April. Yes, yes. Do a shower day, shower chronicles, because I'm telling you that water, and I like mine hot. And it's weird that the hot water feels good everywhere but the sole of my feet and the palm of my hands. It's like it burns. It's like I'm touching acid. But the more they adjust to it, the better it is. But when I first step into a tub, honey, it is like stepping into fire. So what I've learned to do now, because of that, and I mentioned it to my doctor, and he was like, like I said, sarcoidosis affects everyone differently, We may all have similar symptoms for the most part, but how it affects the body as a whole is totally different from each individual who has it. So what I do is I run it hot, put in my bath salts, so that it can for the aromatics, it can have the whole bathroom just smelling great. Run just straight hot water, put my bath salts in, and then I let it get to a certain level, and then I come back and I cool the water off, or I'll walk away for a little bit if I'm not ready to get in right then. I'll walk away and let the water cool on its own. It's easier to do in the colder months, but and then when I get in the tub, I will then run more hot water. That doesn't seem to bother my hands, and like I said, it's palm of my hand, soles of my feet are the only parts of my body that burn like fire around hot water. And since I wash dishes in hot water, I just have to tough it out sometimes with that. But because there's no way, you can't wash dishes in anything less than hot water. Warm water maybe, but more so leaning toward the hot side even with that. So yeah, I just have to suffer through that, and I do, because yeah. Hey, Millie Mill, what you doing, man? What you doing? Yeah, what? I don't know, man. But I thank y'all. I thank y'all for coming in and spending this Saturday morning with me. And y'all, guess what? After I mark the X on today, I will officially have 7 more days before I have completed my personal challenge of going live every day for the month of January. And I started to go live, it was around 1 o'clock my time this morning. For nothing, just to see who was up, because I was still a little bit hyped, and I was excited when I looked down and I saw that it was the 24th on my watch, and I saw that the day my shower chair is coming. I was a little bit hyped. So I couldn't really, get to sleep. And, yes, I am so looking forward to leaving. Oh, yes. So, like I said, I was like, I can only I imagine this is how kids feel at Christmas time, because I've never experienced, like I said, I've never experienced that feeling about anything in particular, especially not Christmas. But like I said, the middle of last year, maybe toward the middle of last year, until now, I told Queen Bee, I said, I've been feeling something, something is happening. I feel something shifting. And the closer it got, to the end of the year, the more it shifted to like excitement. I don't know what's going on, but I know something's going on. And that was like amped up by 1,000 times last night when I looked down at my watch and saw the date, 24th, and I was like, it'll be in a couple of hours. And then cousin came on and was like, hey, your shower check gonna be there today. Yep, I'm waiting. I am waiting. And I'm ready. Like I said, I got a little bit of work to do before it gets here, like smushing my face up against the screen door so my neighbors can see I ain't playing. Don't even look over here when y'all see a box on my porch. I'm coming to get it. Don't even look this way. Like I said, me and Mr. Leroy might need to just go and park down at the corner and have a hatch up so I stop every truck that come by. Hey, where you going? What you looking for? Put it in the back. Thank you. Thank you very much. Man, it's too cold to sit out on the porch and wait for it. Oh, and did I explain to y'all why I'm having the chills and the fever? I think I did. I'm not sure, but I was thinking about it this morning, and I couldn't remember if I told y'all or not. So here's the deal. As you know, sarcoidosis is an autoimmune disease, so it's attacking my body because it does not recognize, that everything is fine. So when I started taking the infusion treatments, that was introduced. Milton, come here, bud. That was introducing something new into my body, right? So my immune system recognizes it as something foreign. So let's attack it and help her, get rid of it. So when you have a infection and you have chills, you have fever, that's your body's way of, it's trying to fight off the infection, right? So that's what my body is doing to the infusion treatments. Recognizing it as something foreign and trying to fight it like it's a foreign infection or something, along the same line. So that's why I'm having the chills and the fever. And that's why they're worse after I get a treatment. The lower dose treatments weren't as bad, even with sarcoidosis, without taking the infusion. At the onset, I had chills, fevers, night sweats, all of that. Thank God that is so much better, especially the night sweats. Lord, I thank you, because that was a mess. I had those prior to being diagnosed with sarcoidosis. Had no idea what was going on, just thought, okay. And I remember asking my mom, and she was like, oh, I don't know, maybe you're coming down with something, but I wasn't sick, didn't know I was sick. Yes, cousin Leah. Oh, they did. No, they haven't gotten rid of my fevers yet. Like I said, and I noticed the chills and the fever more after the dose was increased. So yeah, that's why. That's my body. That's my body trying to protect me, not recognizing that what they're trying to protect me from is actually something good. Yes. And now see, I don't get Benadryl because I'm allergic to Benadryl. And I get Medrol, Tylenol, Vistaril. I get, what else? For my stomach. Now they've included Zofran into my meds. And there's something else I'm missing. Is it Pepsi? Maybe Pepsi. Oh, I would say a little bit for me. Yes, I would say for me, cousin Charlene, not even like a vaccine. It's a little bit worse than getting a vaccine. I guess if you take getting a vaccine for a child, you know how when you take your baby in for their first shots and then they run a fever and they're just kind of out of it for a few days, that would be something that I could, maybe you could visualize that. And it makes me sick on my stomach. It makes me sick on my stomach. It makes me really tired. Like I said, it messes up my stomach. So yeah. And the chills and the fevers, the chills themselves, because they are like tremors, they hurt. They literally hurt. Your body's just like locked up and shaking. Mine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And my doctor was saying hopefully the side effects will ease up. You know, the more treatments I get, the farther along I get in the treatments, they'll ease up some. They haven't. They haven't. And that's been like that with any treatment that I have taken. Even the methotrexate, the Humira, they would all mess with my stomach and have me, you know, like I said, not lethargic, just fatigued. And Leah, I don't know if you've been diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome. I have. So that chronic fatigue on top of something else that makes you fatigued, it's just like, okay, we're just sleeping, you know? And that's the way the body feels, other than the fact I'm running back and forth or just sitting in the bathroom. I'll just sit in the bathroom for hours because there's no sense in me going back and forth, you know? That's why I say, you know, there has to be a cure soon. Because even, you know, them treating the symptoms the best they can, those medications eventually take a toll on the body. You know? Like I said, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the medications, the treatment. I'm thankful for all of it. Like I said, I'm still here. God has blessed, you know, whatever I've taken orally or, you know, through infusions, I'm still here. But like I said, sometimes the side effects of what we of the treatments can make you feel worse, you know, than the treatment or the illness itself. Feels like it's just compounding, you know, and adding on to the illness, and didn't really feel like a treatment at the time. Yes, lupus is hard, really hard. My niece was 32 when she passed away from lupus. I remember her calling me, and she was like, "Auntie, I think I have what you have." And I was telling her the symptoms, but I also told her, you know, go see a rheumatologist. Because I was misdiagnosed with lupus as well. That is not what I had. Even though, you know, it was similar, it was not the same. I had other symptoms that led them to a diagnosis of sarcoidosis. So yeah, she left behind 3 little girls. 3 little girls who are now grown women, you know, and I sympathize with them, you know, because I lost my mom. I say far too soon, but in God's time, it was perfect timing. Um, so yeah, so lupus is hard. It's hard too. All autoimmune diseases are really hard, and I thank you, cousin. I think that's why people don't really understand what we go through, because on our bad days, we are nowhere to be seen. And on our bad days when we're nowhere to be seen, I think they maybe equate that to being lazy or just being, you know, a hermit or just stuck up or whatever. But obviously on our bad days, they think that we're somewhere kicking up our heels, watching hee-haw and playing banjos. You know what I'm saying? That is not the case. On our bad days, some bad days we really can't even, thank you, cousin, we really can't even do anything. But on our good days, or on days that we muster enough strength up to go out and smile and try to pretend that we're okay. In my case, because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer everywhere I go, you know? And that's what they see. They see the good days and they're like, oh, it can't be that bad. You know, look at you. You look great. It can't be that bad. You're smiling, you're laughing. And if you're like, oh, well, I don't feel, well, you're still blessed. And they just run off. Well, I know I'm still blessed, but you asked me. You just asked me how I was doing. Or you just asked me, there seems to be something off about you today. Are you okay? And when I start telling them, oh, but the Lord is still blessing you. You're still blessed. You're still blessed to be here. And da. Really? I know that. I know I'm blessed. So therefore, that stops me from telling people, you know, even if they sense or see something while I'm out, and they go, oh, you're not smiling like yourself. You okay? Yeah, I just got something on my mind. I'm sorry, you know. Just life and, you know. Yes. Yes. So, you're right. You never know. You never know. So like I said, there needs to be education in the general public and in the medical field as well. And people in the general public, they need to know, because if they're experiencing these symptoms or anything like it, they need to be able to, I want sarcoidosis to come to their mind. Maybe they need to be the one that mentioned it to their doctor. When the doctor said, oh, that's just asthma, or that's just bronchitis. And you know that you keep going through the same thing over and over and over again. And it seems like other symptoms are, you know, are popping up out of nowhere, and you just no rhyme or reason, you can't explain it. Maybe when you go to the doctor, you want them to be like, oh, well, what about sarcoidosis? You know, can I be checked for that? Because right now, you know, like I said, people, there's not a whole lot of awareness. That's not something that comes to mind. You know, I was in my 20s when I was properly diagnosed, and I remember the doctor saying, well, you're the right race, right sex, right age. This is when it normally shows up. And I'm thinking, wow, I've seen doctor after doctor after doctor work for doctors that never came to my mind, never came to their minds. So that's why I want April to be like Charlene said, bang, 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 you know? Because I've made up my mind. Like I said, I used to say 46, now I say 47, because, yeah, I'm going to do one more year to boot. You know, like I said. When they give you your birthday licks. and one to grow on. So I'm gonna stick around an extra year, you know, just because. Yes, yes, yes. And the longer you go without it being diagnosed, the more toll it takes on your body. Like I said, by the time I was diagnosed, baby, they were offering to pay for my funeral and pay for my kids' college tuitions. And they told me they would make me comfortable on my, during my transition. And that was basically all they could do. And I was satisfied with that because I had been hurting and couldn't walk, couldn't do it. I mean, it was just awful. I was ready to get my ticket punched to, take that chariot ride. And like I said, thank God, one of the medications that they gave me, it worked. Oh, thank you, Queen Bee. Thank you. Yes. Like I said, I don't mean to get on here at any time that I'm not feeling good, that I look like, I've been boxing with the devil all night. I don't mean to make anybody feel bad, feel sad, or trigger any, any bad memories within them. It's just that I said when I got on here, it's going to show the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Hope and praying that it gets us to a cure sooner rather than later. Because like I said, a cure should have been, if not already here, available, then it definitely should have been in the works. Yes, yes. And the more, doing my part, it's all that I can do. All that I can do. Amen, Leah. Because like I said, it's not just, like I said, I may not benefit from the cure, but there are people, younger generations coming up that will. And I don't want anybody to have to go through what I've had to go through for a diagnosis, for a proper diagnosis, and to live a healthy, productive life. Because like I said, I came into this already being a manic depressive person. I came into this with full-blown anxiety and PTSD. Sarcoidosis only made it worse because didn't understand. Like I said, I was already depressed. No answers, going from doctor to doctor. I'm talking about infectious disease doctors galore. Everybody had a different diagnosis. Everybody had different medications. And nothing was working. And if it did work, because they all came with steroids. So when the steroid dose pack was over with, or the antibiotics were over with, it came back full-blown, more symptoms. They send me to another doctor. I go to that doctor. He make his diagnosis. Put me back on steroids. Add more, different medications along with the steroids. Once that was over with, more symptoms, different symptoms. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Until like, so one day I just couldn't walk. My body hurt so bad. It was like, if I was sitting in the sitting position, it was like cracking bones to get out of the sitting position. If I was lying down, it was like, again, cracking bones. My body was stiff. Stiff as a board. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And nobody should have to go through that. Not in the times that we're living in. Like I said, it is 2026. There should be no one, I shouldn't even be suffering like this. Leah shouldn't be suffering like this. No one with an autoimmune illness, period, should be suffering, given how far technology has come. And I'm sorry, y'all, I gotta shift. Y'all see me doing it. And when I'm aware of it, I feel like I need to need to apologize for doing it. Which I know I don't. Cousin Charlene and Queen be getting me in check, honey. Have to apologize for anything that I don't have any control over. Yes, yes, I stand on that with you, Leah. And like I was saying, I've been a guinea pig at the beginning. I was a guinea pig for the first 10 years. So I put in my time, you know, and I know research has to be done and you know, but I'm not willing to do that anymore. I've gotten older. This disease has progressed to a whole nother level with me. Back then, like I said, when I was a guinea pig, I was thinking, okay, try this medication, I'll be able to go back to work. And that was all I was worried about. Going back to work, getting my life back to what it used to be. And thank God my life is not back to what it used to be. Because I was depressed, I was sad, I was angry. I'm thankful. Like I said, sarcoidosis is part of what saved my life, you know? Even though it may not look like it. Oh, really? Well, honey, thank you, Lord. Claim me. But it's the thing with the infusion treatments, they go into remission. I talked to my friend who's been doing it for over 10 years. She's in remission, but she's still doing the treatments. She's still doing the infusion treatments non-stop for over 10 years. So even that, like I said, comes with, the remission comes with still having to do treatments. Still having to actively introduce something into your body, you know, that unlike, you know, other treatments where there's a cure, other illnesses where there's a cure, they introduce the treatment and you know, the possibility of a cure is greater with the treatment, not with prolonged treatment, you know, because with the treatments, it's just keeping it at bay. And once you stop, then it flares back up. Yes. Yes. And I'm prepared for that, Leah. Like I said, at first, I was telling Queen Bee and I was telling my cousins, I was like, look, I felt like my life was on hold when I had to start doing these treatments. I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do that. And it wasn't so much the treatment itself, you know, that's just a few hours out of a day. But it's the after effects, the side effects, how the treatments make me feel that were of concern, you know, that I felt like were going to be limitations. So now, even if I take the treatment one day and I'm down for 3 or 4 days afterwards, I still have the rest of the month to do what I want to do. If I want to travel, I can travel. And everybody knows when I travel the first day, you know, after getting to my destination, I need to rest. And I don't do quick trips because of the fact I need to rest when I get there. I need to rest before I leave. Airports wear me out. Even car trips, you know, are extremely, you know, long car trips. But if I'm driving and I'm able to stop when I want to stop and, you know, get out and do this and that, it makes it better. But, you know, when you're riding with people, like my daughter drives from Houston to Alabama, she only stops for gas. When she stops for gas, that's when you need to be doing what you need to do. If you need to use the restroom, that's you want to get snacks, whatever. But that's the only time you're going to have to do it is when she stops for gas. So, you know, by the time, when I'm riding with her, when I was riding with her, you know, when she was living in Texas, that was a hard ride. I would probably sleep for like 2 days because my body would be hurting. Yeah. Yeah. But I am like the journal, and my slogan has always been, I have sarcoidosis. Sarcoidosis does not have me. So in saying that, yeah, I'm going to do these treatments, and I'm still going to, when the weather gets better, I'm still going to the beach. We'll just schedule it around, the days after my treatment, when I'm ready to travel again. Give myself a few days and then, go and do it. And like I said, I don't do the quick trips. A 3-day trip, I'm not going. I'm not going. Because I'm only going to have possibly one day. Okay, well, honey. And then, my daughter, if you are asleep when she stops for gas, it's not like she gonna wake you up either. She feel like, okay, if you sleep, you need to be asleep. Honey, you wake up and be like, oh. And she was like, oh, I stopped like 10 minutes ago to get gas, and you was, what? So now I gotta wait for another tank of gas to run out before I can get out. Or you wake up and you see, where you get that soda from? Oh, I stopped and got gas an hour ago. I'm like, wow, okay. You better have on your compression socks. I thank you for that, cousin. I thank you. Because I like to stop. I like, like I said, I know where all the buffets are. If I'm going somewhere, if I'm riding, I know where all the buffets are. Especially, when I was driving and going out of town. Maybe if my family liable to wake up, I leave them in the car asleep. They liable to wake up outside of a buffet. It was either that or they wake up, we're on the side of the road to some bright lights behind. That's where I've gotten pulled over. Everybody in the car waking up crazy because they don't know what's going on. You could have said something. Why? Y'all was asleep. He ain't like he asked for y'all ID. He only wants the driver. That's me. So yeah, they put an end to that too. Yeah, they stopped letting me drive. So now I can drive and go, as I please. I can stop where I want to stop. Like I told y'all, I have been been going to the beach for a long time when I was married, and I want to stop here, want to stop there. They don't, it's like majority rules, and I get it. They don't want to stop at the places I want to stop at. So, like I said, majority rules. We never got to stop at the Hank Williams Museum. And I got to stop at the Hank Williams Museum last year before last, and I was so disappointed. I expected, like I said, I thought the man ghost was Hank or something would be flying or floating around there. I felt like I would feel a chill or, something to let me know he was there. And he wasn't there. I don't even know if that man lived in that house. Like I said, they had they had one room barricaded, ride and sleep and feel so good. Well, my daughter is a great driver. She is great. She is a great driver. Yes, Leah. Yes. And thank God for your husband. And that's why I say, I thank God for y'all. Y'all are my happy place, my support, my family, my cousins. I love y'all. My daughter is a great driver. So yeah, I can go to sleep with her. My ex-husband was a good driver. I could go to sleep with him. Haven't rode too long of a distance with my son, but he's a great driver as well. Oh wow, oh wow, Leah. Like I said, you give me hope. You give me hope, because when I think about dating, I'm like, this is a lot, you know? I'm like, do I want to put this off on somebody else? Would somebody else even want to entertain, what's going on in my life? And I just don't know. I just don't know. But right now, y'all, for the ones that don't know me on TikTok, honey, it's a dude on there. I was about to say a little dude, but he's not. I chased that man and chased that man and chased that man. And it's only because he's running from me, And now he's starting to stop running, run as much. But yeah, and I'm just chasing just because I can, just because I saw that he would run. That's the only reason why I'm chasing him. He can be on live at 3 o'clock in the morning. Let me see him on live. I'll pop right up in there. And his friends, they will come and get me, send me invites to a live, like, oh, he in here, come get him. But, seriously speaking, I just don't know if I would, I don't know if anybody would want to entertain this, And I know, you love people for who they are, but there are still some situations, with some men that I look at them like, no, I don't even want to, I don't want no part of that. Because we all have our preferences. Like I said, I don't need anybody with mental health issues because I have them. You know what I mean? And I'm not so far from them that I can't be triggered. And what would it look like for both of us to be going through something, and then we both sitting up on the roof trying to slide off on our heads? I mean, I know everyone has something going on with them, but I don't need them to be as bad as mine, I don't need that. If you want to get up on the roof and slide off, I'll watch. I'll record it so somebody know what happened. But I don't want to get to the point where I'm sitting up there trying to slide off with you. Somebody needs to be around to talk to the news crew. Yeah. I do. I realize that everybody has something, but they look and they're like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Because like I said, I have my preferences too. I know how much I can handle, and it's how much I want to handle. It's not that I want to be so bogged down or feeling the weight of a situation at all. I know that every day is not peaches and lollipops, but at the same time, I don't want to feel the weight of a relationship. I felt that, and it's too heavy, and I refuse to do it again. Like I said, it's not that I can't, it's just that I don't want to, I don't have to. If someone does not come into my life and I maintain the same peace that I have right now without them, I don't want them. And everybody knows, I guess y'all know, I don't know if I can say it out loud. So cousin, if you still in here, you can put in the comments, or Queen Bee, the kind of men that I like. I'm almost 6 feet tall. And you went through your diagnosis after you, really? Oh wow. See, I got married I met my husband. He knew me pre-sarcoidosis. Yeah. He knew me pre-sarcoidosis. Well, at the time that the symptoms weren't as bad. I didn't even know I had, anything going on. So he knew me how I was, let's get it working every day, and and then he also saw the decline, like I said, going from doctor to doctor, not knowing what was going on, thinking that I was on my way out of here. And yeah, he stayed. But then that became an excuse for him stepping out. Well, you don't feel good, you don't do this, you don't do that. I'm over here trying to live. I'm trying to live. And it felt like my illness was used against me, at a certain point. So what I thought initially was support, like I said, became a weapon. So yeah, I don't know. That's something that we can discuss also in April on one of our calls. And I'm all for love. I am all for love. I really am. I'm all for love, support, living happily ever after. I'm all for sickness and in health. I am. That's just not what I've experienced. And because of the way I experienced it, like I said, I just don't know if anyone would want to step into this. Or would it even be fair? Because like I said, live. And they got to be able to lift up this generator. They got to be able... And now that I know with the new oxygen provider that I will be switching to after the 26th of February, now that I know when I get ready to go different places, I don't have to lug all of this stuff with me. Maybe I can put that in the list of list of perks that come along with me now. Hey, you don't have to do all this if we get ready to go out of town. I can just call ahead and let them know, and they'll have a generator, oxygen, whatever I need there. Yes. And now I have gotten, I'm able to discern. And I think people are the same way with me. They can look at me and be like, don't even go over there with that BS, man. She ain't full it. And I'm looking at them like, I can smell it. Don't even come over here. Don't even walk. Don't even look my way. Like I said, now I can smell the bull before I step into it. It didn't have to be on the bottom of my shoe before I'm going, did I step in some crap? I can smell it. I can smell it and see it before I step in it. Thank God. And I thought I saw something. Sorry. I thought the bottom was at my door. At my door. That's true. That is true, Leah. And like I said, that's what we're all here for. We all want to be loved. We all want to give love. But like I said, that back then, that was before my mental health treatment days. So I picked men that were, my two ex-husbands were similar to each other in ways and different in ways, but they both had the same. They were similar in the ways that it counted. That was not good. But that was on me. The only common denominator between my ex-husbands is me. They didn't know each other. Didn't know each other from, Adam's house cat. The only common denominator was me. And because of my childhood, my pain, I was picking the same guys that I didn't like. Yeah. Amen. Amen. Um, so yeah, I know that there are, I know some good guys. I know some great guys. I have great guys in my family, my cousins. My cousin that you see on here, cousin CJ, great guy. So like I said, I know that there are great guys still out there. But at the same time, like I said, right now I'm not ready, period. I'm still enjoying my peace. Still enjoying my peace and enjoying being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And not doing anything when I don't feel like doing anything. So I'm enjoying this part right now. Oh, you're welcome, cousin. I'm enjoying this part of life right now, but like I said, I know that that's gonna change. You know, I definitely don't want to grow old by myself. That's not something that I think anyone aspires to do. Because like I said, we were created in love, and we were created to love and receive love. That's just human nature. Anyone that tells you that they care not about love, they're just hurt and they're lying to themselves. Because you don't believe that. That's not the truth. Situations and circumstances have forced them to feel like that. You know, that they don't need love and they don't care about, you know, having anyone in their life. That's not true. That's not true. Like I said, there are situations and circumstances that happen in life that will make you feel like that. But even though, you know, I've been hurt, I still believe in love. And now that I'm in love with myself, honey, that makes it even better because now I know what it's supposed to feel like. Because I know how I feel now. At the time that I was picking and choosing, honey, I didn't love myself. Like I said, I didn't even love them for real. Because how could I? I didn't even know what love was. But like I said, now that you can't tell this old girl nothing. Honey, I know what I am. I know who I am. And I'm loving every bit of me. So if someone comes into my life and they alter that feeling, even in the slightest, babe, I blocked somebody for using an exclamation point and they texted me. Who you hollering at? I sure did. You're not finna be raising your voice to me. I don't even care if it is on the text. We're not finna, I'm not starting. My mom used to say, don't start something that you don't plan on doing indefinitely. And that's the truth. If you meet someone and the first night that they spend a night over your house, you get up early in the morning, you make them a 5-star breakfast and you do it the next one. Every time they come, they're going to be expecting that kind of breakfast. Baby, I got a box of cereal and a gallon of sour milk. Go for what you know. I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up. If I have to get up and let you out of the house and lock the door behind, you might as well crawl out the window. Because I'm not getting up. No, I'm not starting anything that I don't plan on doing indefinitely. And it's not on them that they expect it. That is what you started. So to change up in the middle of the game, they gonna feel some type of way. I would. I've been coming over here eating bacon, eggs, grits, toast, getting my feet rubbed, to one morning waking up, my stomach growling, I'm ready, I don't smell nothing cooking. Well, what's going on with you? You've been doing this for 3 weeks straight. And now I don't even have a slice of toast, nothing. They looking at you like, hey, your turn for what? Not cooking. But for real. Yes. Yeah, and when he does, I will be right here. When he does, cousin, I will be right here. But you know it's the truth. Don't start something you don't plan on doing indefinitely. You start ironing clothes and drawers and you know what I mean. You start doing all that stuff, they're gonna be expecting that stuff. Yeah, you might just be doing it to be nice and and impressing them, but they will become accustomed to the life you have provided. And they expect that stuff, and when you stop, they start thinking all kind of stuff. Well, you must not like me anymore. You don't love me anymore. You must be doing this for somebody. No, I shouldn't have never started doing this in the first place, baby. I'm tired. So I'm not starting it. I'm not starting it. As Cousin Leah said, this is what you get. This is it. That's all. No extra stuff. Yeah, I like to cook. I like to cook because I like to eat. But there are days when I can't eat. Don't feel like eating. So on those days, however you were surviving before you met me, that needs to kick back up in you and feed yourself. Don't look at it as, oh, you're not doing this, I don't feel like it. And I don't feel like explaining that. And I know sarcoidosis comes with a lot of explaining because, like I said, there's not a lot of education, not a lot of awareness. You look in a textbook, at sarcoidosis, it's still so old and outdated, the information that you'll even find there. And like I said, just because, even if you know somebody with sarcoidosis over here, I'm going to be totally different. So don't say, oh, well, I know somebody with it and they're still working. They're still doing this. They work every day. They don't. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. It affects everyone differently. So, and I've heard that too. I've heard that before. Oh, well, so-and-so got it and she was diagnosed with it in 85 and then she's doing this, okay. Good for her. God bless her. But that's not something that you want to hear while you're lying in a hospital bed, fighting for your life about how well somebody else is doing with the same. Not that you're hating on them. It's like they're saying it like, oh, you should be doing this too. Or you're weak because, you're mentally weak because you're letting it get you down like this. That's how I took it. That's how, and when I said that's how I took it, they didn't say, oh, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean it like that. And they're like, okay, that's how you took it. Exactly. Same thing. I was raised, my brother was raised like that. We all had to wash dishes in my mama's house. It was no girl thing, no boy thing. My daddy was not happy about that though. He felt like by my brother washing dishes, it made him less of a boy. My mom was like, no, do you think that he's always gonna have someone washing dishes for him? He needs to know how to wash dishes, clean, do his own laundry, cook, everything. Everything that the girls know, he needs to know. Well, my mama didn't teach us how to cook. None of us knew how to cook. But cleaning, and that's where my ex-husband came in. My ex-husband, my second ex-husband, taught me how to cook. But like I said, cleaning, because I do have OCD issues, at times. Well, a lot of times. So I've cleaned in a minute. Not just my house. I go to other folks' houses and do it. It's just if I see something that needs, to be done, if I feel like it, I'll do it while I'm there at their house. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, we had to plow the garden, tend to the garden, cut grass with a push lawnmower, pushing acres now. Everything. Everybody did everything together. There was no separation of boy and girl. You know, this is what girls do, this is what boys do. No. Everybody, you know, had weeks washing dishes. Everybody had weeks cutting grass. And my daddy woke us up one morning before school. Before school. And we kids. My daddy woke us up and said, it's some paint. It's some paint in the storage building. This house better be painted by the time I get off work. I'm like, you do know we gotta go to school, right? You understand that we're not gonna have all day to paint your house, man. But guess what? And the house had to be scraped and painted. Yes, yes they are. Get her to paint a house you want to, that house will never be painted. But my dad, like I said, woke us up before he left going to work and said he want this house painted by the time he got off work. What, you working late? You not coming home for a couple of days? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But in my mind, I was thinking, you know we got to go to school. Why? How we going to have your house painted by the time you get home from work? We did. 4 kids. We did. Oh, and it looked like 4 kids had painted his house too. I hope he was happy. Maybe not, because he ended up putting siding on the house after that. I mean, what you expect? What do you expect? You got 4 kids out here painting your house. That house was a big house. We painted it though. We worked it out. The smaller ones, we painted as far as we could, you know, from the bottom up. And the older ones got to use the ladders. And they did the top and the trim up top. But baby, we had that man's house painted by the time he got off work. When the sun came up the next day and he was able to look at it. I didn't look like 4 kids that painted his house. That's funny. He could have waited until the weekend. You know, I still don't understand that. But like I said, he got what he wanted. His house was painted. But why not wait until the weekend where we could have painted the house and made it look a little bit better? But we were, you know, out there painting. We were nervous. Every time we heard a truck pull up, we were thinking that it was him. It was a mess. You know, we didn't want to get in trouble. Like I said, that's how I ended up with ulcers in elementary school. Bleeding ulcers in elementary school. So like I said, you could hear his truck coming from the highway. And we lived a mile off of the highway at the dead end. And baby, every time we heard a truck, heard them pipes, we were thinking that it was him. Scared, shaking, about to cry out there. Thinking that we all gonna get a whipping, you know, get in trouble. Because we didn't have a house painted. But we got it all painted. We got it all painted before he came home. And like I said, it must not have been what he expected. I don't know what he expected from 4 kids. But like I said, after that, he got siding put on the house. We never had to worry about painting the house again. But like I said, we had to get out there and work the garden. And some mornings, like before school mornings, we get out there and work a little bit of the garden that we could before going to school. Go back in the house, get cleaned up, get ready for school, and walk around the road, walk a mile, you know, around the road to catch the bus and get off the bus that afternoon and get right back to it. Right back to it. But I can say, those were sort of the good days, you know? Not the nervousness and anxiety and all of that, but it did give us a great work ethic, you know? And it taught us about hard work, which is something that's missing now, with technology and everything being on the computer and at the touch of a finger, just one stroke can do a lot of things. And they don't have to put as much work into doing things as we did. And the government has also changed a lot of that too. Not talking about politics or anything like that, but we had more, right, life skills. We had more farmland. Now it's from state to state, county to county, city to city. More of that is being restricted. You can't have they have it designated, coded for different things. You can't have a big garden here. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't have livestock here. You can't have, you got to live in the county to have livestock. So they kind of handicapped us as far as being able to have gardens, livestock, and all of that, where we didn't have to depend on, going to the grocery store or someone else to feed us. We were self-sufficient. We could feed ourselves. And every family member had, cows, pigs, chickens, sheep, goats, all of that stuff, and big gardens, gardens for days. Everybody had them. All your family members had them. So no one went hungry. No one went hungry. But those gardens were only fruitful because we got out there and worked them. My mom had 6 kids. My grandmother, her mother had 12. My uncles and us, they had, house full of kids. So yeah, when we all got together, we could go through a garden, harvest a garden, plant a garden, like nothing. But most people know my story. I was my granddad's favorite granddaughter. That's it. Nobody went hungry. Nobody went without. Do y'all remember rent parties, or what we call, because my mama didn't believe in partying, we wouldn't party, but passing the hat. If you saw that your neighbor was out of work, maybe he was out of work because he was sick, maybe he was out of work because he was injured, people just didn't sit back and watch them lose everything that they had worked for. They would be like, okay, well, since he's out of work, he still has a car payment, still has a house payment, and all of this and that. So we're going to do what we can to make sure that his family and himself, they're taken care of. It was no sit back and, that's what he get. I knew it wasn't going to be long. Or, yeah, they came and got the car last night. No, they made sure that they didn't lose anything that they had worked for. And that's missing today. That is missing today. Like I said, I call these places about oxygen. There's no compassion. Everyone is like on autopilot. They're just monotone and robotic. Like I said, it was like asking them to come and literally do mouth to mouth. Like I was asking them to put their air into my body. That's right. There's a lack of community support. Very much so. Like I said, there's no compassion. There's lack of love. The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. A lot of people don't love themselves. A lot of people don't love themselves. So therefore, it's hard for them to love their neighbors. Even though I didn't have love for myself, I would still give the shirt off my back for anyone in need. Because that's what I had came up seeing. I would see my mom give anything, shoes off of her feet, to someone in need. I remember one time we were at a family event, and I had probably just gotten into wearing wigs. I just gotten probably out of the hospital. Once I was probably diagnosed with sarcoidosis and doing better. We were at I think it might have been at a Thanksgiving or something, and this was after my mom had passed. My aunt had on a beautiful wig, and I was like, "Oh, auntie, I want that wig. I want a wig like that. Where you get that wig from?" And she said, "Wait around till everybody leave." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." And it was getting kind of late, and I was ready to go. And I guess you could tell on my face that I was getting ready. I was tired. I was ready to go home and lie down. And she's like, "Come here." So we went in her bedroom. How about my auntie that took that wig off and gave it to me and threw on another wig and walked on back out of there. But that's how I came up, you know. Yes, yes. Now, if they do something for you, if they don't charge you for it, you'll see it on social media. And that's just as wrong as charging for it. They want everything to be for a show, everything to be for likes and clicks now, even down to giving a helping hand to someone. We've all given, money to people that we see that are homeless and but now they don't do it unless the camera is rolling. You'll see them and then they want you to see how much they're giving them. No, that's not how it should be. And that's a lot of reasons why, I've always been hesitant to receive things from others because I'm like, okay, what do they want? What's their ulterior motive behind this? How can I pay them back? What are they going to say? Are they going to tell people, that I did this, I did that? She couldn't even afford to do this for herself. And I missed out on blessings because I felt like that because that's how I was raised. My mom was like, don't let anybody do anything for you. If you can't do it for yourself, come to me. And if I can't do it, then we'll wait. But don't let anybody do anything for you because, they'll use it against you. And then I turned around and raised my kids like that. Imagine how many blessings, we stepped away from because of that. But like I said, I was only putting into them what was put into me. And like I said, I had to get older and unlearn everything that I had been taught because that's not always what the deal is. Just to think, honey, I wouldn't even have my shower check coming if I was under the same mindset. But like I said, mental health treatment, and not just for anyone with that's going through something health-wise, period. Mental health treatment is a blessing. I think everyone needs it. Whether you've had a traumatic childhood or, DV or anything, everyone can benefit from it. Everyone. Like I said, it's been one of the biggest blessings, one of the best decisions that I have made in my life. I've got to see what's going on. I see Queen Bee laughing, and I see Leah. Oh yeah, that I address a lot of envelopes, but there are some words that I know that I should be able to spell that I haven't, had to write or spell in a minute. That it takes me a minute to figure it out, and then when I do look it up, I'm looking at it like, oh, that ain't right. Is that how you've always, it's always been spelled? Yeah. So I can relate to that. You remember how we would be like, summer dumb. You get out of school, and then when you go back from the summer, it was like just summer dumb. Just couldn't even spell is, after a summer break. I remember had one classmate asked me how to spell is, and I was like, what were you doing all summer? You know, what? But my mom, we still had to do work during the summer. She would always say, if we weren't working like outside working, like in the garden or doing whatever, either we had to be reading the Bible or doing something. And because I did not understand the Bible, she had the, King James Version. I did not understand the Bible. There was always, an encyclopedia, dictionary, or something that I could read. And so that's what I would do. I would read. And I love reading. I still love reading. I'm not sitting around reading dictionaries anymore. But I still love to read. And I love to write. And maybe that's why, our generation, there was no such thing. Like my son would say in a minute, I'm bored. What do you mean you bored? My cousins would say that they were bored, or, brothers and sisters, and they would say something like, go sit on your hand and rub back on your thumb. See how bored you'll be after that. I'm like, what does that even mean? Is that even possible? But they would say something like that. I remember the rub back on your thumb part of it. But I think it was go sit on your hand and rub back on your thumb. They would just say anything to us, honey. Anything. And we'd be like, yes, ma'am. But every time I've heard someone giving those instructions, I've never seen them do it. So I guess they found something else to do to not be bored anymore. Mainly, they didn't mention it again. That was the main thing not to do if you really were bored. Don't say nothing. But I've never been bored. And coming up, I didn't hear it a lot. Like I said, a few times that I did hear it, that's what they were told. But like I said, my son, he would say it all the time. And I'm like, I have never been bored a day in my life. Y'all, I'm sorry. If nothing else, go take a nap. And that's another thing we could do. We could definitely go take a nap. They didn't bother you when you were either in the bathroom or taking a nap. Taking a nap solved a lot of issues. If you were upset, that was their remedy. Go take a nap. If you were hurting, go take a nap. Like I said, honey, I know somebody got hit by a car, and the daddy came home, gave them Benadryl. Come on, I don't have no money to go to the emergency room. You're gonna be all right. Gave them Benadryl. Take a nap after you just got hit by a car. Take a nap. Lord, and he's fine to this day. He is actually fine. So I guess Benadryl was a cure-all. I don't know, but like I said, he don't even walk with a limp. He's actually in the military, doing great. So it worked. But you saw the way that car hit him, baby, you need to be on, in intensive care. Daddy came home, gave him some Benadryl. Yes. Yeah. Is that what that meant? Cause go sit your hand down somewhere. Go sit on your hand and rub back on your thumb. Oh, Cousin Charlene, we just everywhere. We talking about the difference between how we came up, and how it is now. The work ethic, the community support or lack of now. Oh, you'll be okay. Or you all right? You all. My son. That's why he's so tough now. Like so, my son was born 3 months premature. So he was a little bit shy of 1 pound. And when he was like 5, he's always been like they called him the Black Dennis the Menace of the neighborhood. Because it's not like he was into anything, but he was into everything. Cousin is right. And my grandmother had this thing where she'd be like, who did it? And you know, she find out who did it. What hand did it? And baby, wear that hand out. I'm like, what does it matter what hand did it? And I'm looking at my cousin like, y'all must be slow. Why would y'all give her the hand, your dominant hand? Let her beat the hand up that you're not going to be using. Now look at you. Your hand, beat your hand looking like a question mark. Your fingers all jacked up and curled up. You can't even feed yourself because you done let grandma beat your hand with that stick. Ah! Crazy tail kids, what's wrong with y'all? Girl, what hand did it? What hand did? Where you get that from? What hand did it? Yes, we did too. We did too. That's what I was saying. It wasn't no summer done for us, honey. If we wasn't, like I said, we had church lessons to do. And you know, in the church lessons, I grew up in a Seventh-day Adventist church. You're right, we called on quick. We called it Sabbath school instead of Sunday school. So our Sabbath school books, there was a page, you know, a section to do for every day of that week. So, you know, we were all still reading and writing all summer long, all year long, every day, year after year after year after year. So like I said, there was no summer dumb in my mama's house. But that's what we used to call it, summer dumb. But yeah, my grandmother was something else, beating them kids' hands with that stick. Which hand did it? And I used to just be sitting back looking at my cousins like, y'all ain't got a lick of sense. I'm like, y'all have sat up here and let grandmama beat y'all right hand up. Why wouldn't you just say the left hand did it? You know what she gonna do? You know she gonna make you put your hand down on that table and beat your hand over and over and over again with that stick. While I'm sitting up, and baby, you couldn't move your hand off of the table either. Because if you move your hand off of the table, that was more licks. And my cousin, them just standing up there letting her beat their good hand up. And now they over there trying to, can you do this? No, I can't do nothing for you. You should have gave her the other hand. No, I'm not gonna work for you all day long. Yes, yes. Yes, Britt. Oh, how about that? My grandmother had 12 children as well. And my grandfather worked the land. But that was a trip. That was a trip. I was born a little bit smarter than that. I may be thrown off, but I was a little bit smarter than to give Miss Les my good hand. You ain't finna have me with no hurt paw running around here. Can't even feed myself. Honey, they hand be all all jacked up. And then when their parents came over there and see their hand all messed up, what you do? Then they take them out back and whoop them again. I'm like, now look at you. Now look at you. You can't sit down and you got a hurt paw. Oh, ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, you got plenty of family, cousin. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, wow. That's a big family. That's a big family. Like I said, I thought ours was huge. Mm-mm. And you have family for days. Like I said, ours, because as the generations go on, these newer generations, they don't want 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 child, and I'm okay with that. But like I said, the family tree has really shrank. It doesn't have as many branches on it anymore. It's not growing. I put it like that. So that's it, honey. You can't run and you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Exactly. Mm-mm. And the back then, anyone that saw you doing something that you should not do, regardless of whether they were related to you or not, because how they looked at it, like cousin said, community support. We all related. We all in this together. And they that's how they believe. They were the village. Your street was your village. Your family was your village. Now, and I thank God for that village. But what would hurt my feelings the most is when the neighbor, we were all fighting when we got off the school bus one day. And I'm talking about just out there, the girls fighting the boys, just going for what we knew. And we were tearing them boys up. The neighbor, we call her cousin, she was an older lady, and she was on a walker, and she was on a cane. A lot of times when we passed through there, she'd be sitting on the front porch waving at us, may give us an apple or a piece of candy or something. But this day we were fighting right there in the curb before we got to her house. And I'm talking about tearing these boys up, and they would start with us every day. And that day we just decided to fight back. How about I felt something hitting me on my head? Cousin Rosina came out there, she in the midst, she beating all of us with a stick. All of us with a walking stick. She was hitting us. Honey, I was so outdone. First, how did I not see her? And second, she done beat about 15 kids with a walking cane. And I'm talking about just hitting us anywhere she could hit us. By the time we got on around that road, my mama was standing out there, braiding up a switch. Cousin already called around there and told me that we out there fighting and showing out in the road. And it was like she did a Batman call. She called everybody mama, probably at the same time. She called everybody mama. Everybody got a whooping that day. Everybody that had, everybody got 3 whoopings that day. Because Cousin Rosa had beat us with a cane. Yes. Mother whooped us when we got home. Daddy whooped us when he got home. Yeah, she threw the hat up, cousin. The 2 whoopings that I got at home did not hurt my feelings more than getting whooped by an old lady on a cane. That really had me. I was upset with her for a minute after that. You could have called me to the side. You done hit me upside the head. You done beat all these kids with a walking stick. Yeah. I'm like, how did that even happen? It's like we were fighting, and next minute I felt something. I'm like, who is on me? Like, open my eyes, look around. It's her. She is like in the middle of all of us, wearing us out. I mean, she was like WWF out there. Yes, cousin. Yes. I remember, and then The next day she was sitting out there on her porch talking all sweet again, baby. I don't want nothing. I don't want no apple. I don't want no orange. I don't want no piece of candy. You need to apologize for what you did to me. Finally, I got right. I got right because I ain't had nothing for cousin. Nothing for her. Because she beat the brakes off of all of us. And like I said, it got to be funny later, you know, looking back on it. But she did. She tore all of us up. We all left that fight with made knots from a walking stick. We didn't have any battle scars from fighting each other. But the only wounds we had were the made knots from being hit with a walking stick. And if you don't know what a made knot is, my granddaddy said it's a knot that may or may not ever go down. Thank God mine went down, but I'm pretty sure I have long-lasting effects of being hit in the head with a walking stick. When I say that lady was out there working that stick like it was two. What do they call them things? What did Michael McKnight have? The nunchucks or something. She was out there like Bruce Lee on us. And she did. I'm surprised she was able to stop. Because that lady was whooping us. And because I was so shocked that she was doing it, I didn't even think to run back up, nothing. Yes! She wrapped that stick around every kid head out there. Whether they were onlooker or whether they were in the fight, she wrapped that stick around everybody's head. You hear me? God rest her soul. But that's what I'm talking about. You can't do that these days. And none of us passed away from it. Nobody mother went over there. You don't touch my kid with a stick. How dare you beat my kid? Like I said, when I got home, when we turned that last corner, my mom was standing out there, honey, braiding that switch. When we heard that truck pull up that night, like she had already told us, no sense in y'all going to sleep. No sense in y'all back there trying to act like you going to sleep. Y'all all know what y'all got coming. So all we could do was sit back there shaking and crying. When we heard that truck, just get on up, because you know what's coming. She didn't already call him on his job. He already come in the house with the belt wrapped around his hand, like who next? He didn't even say, hey, how y'all doing? Just started swinging, But like I said, none of us passed away from it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So, like I said, you can't do that these days. You can barely touch another child, giving them instructions. Hey, baby, step right there. You can't even touch their back. Hey, don't put your hand on my kid. So, yeah, times have totally changed. Totally changed from how I came up. How we came up, Like I said, with the neighborhood that you lived in was your village. Like I said, not only your family, but where you lived. If you didn't live around your family, that neighborhood was your village. And like I said, I thank God. I thank God for that. Because like I said, that is not what we're living in right now. Not what we're living in right now. And I thank God that like I said, that I have y'all. Y'all are indeed, like I said, my happy place, my family, my cousins. I love that I was obedient. I'm so thankful that I was obedient and that I came on here and I started this journey. Because it has truly been a blessing. And y'all know I can't start crying because I'm not congested right now, so we're not trying to go that way. But I'm thankful. I love y'all. I really do. I feel like I need to go really press my face up against the screen door just in case any of my neighbors thinking about, making a dash over here to see what's in my shower chair. But I don't know why that's on my mind. And when you throw it off like I am, you get something on your mind, it's hard to get it off. So now, I can't even take a nap because I feel like, hey, I feel like I need to set a booby trap out there in case somebody, try to get it. But if I set a booby trap now, that means whoever delivered it might get caught up in it. So yeah, I'm thinking ahead. I'm finally thinking ahead. I'm thinking 2 steps ahead. But Milton Leroy is asleep, looking at the, face toward the window. So, I can't depend on Milton Leroy. Y'all know his security skills, his top flight security skills aren't quite, what they should be. But, how about this? What time is it? 10:30. You right. That's right. You better not. I'm telling you, it's gonna be something like this storm ain't never blew in if somebody touched my package. I'm gonna have y'all right out there with me going from door to door. Knocking like the law. Who got it? And I'm starting with Herbert. I'm going straight over to her. Me and Milton Leroy, and I'm gonna take y'all with me. So that way, if I think they got it, I can use Milton Leroy paw. And will. And if we have to take to the car looking for it, we'll take to the street. Oh, me and Milton Leroy are not gonna be happy about that. Not at all. I'm gonna have that car on 2 wheels, honey. Up and down these streets looking for my packages. But nah, they really good. Like I said, I have one neighbor, even when I'm not here and a package comes, she'll call me or she'll text me and let me know that she has it because she didn't want anything to happen to it. So I appreciate her. So like I said, even though if you don't think that your neighbors pay attention, know that they do. They watch everything you do. Because, honey, I can't even really see. But I look out that window, I see things. I may not, I see movement. I may not see exactly what's going on, but I see movement. You know what I mean? So, I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, they don't pay attention to me. They don't even know me. Yes, they do. They know everything about you. They know all your goings and comings and everything. So think twice. But yeah. So if it comes, and it's not too late, I'll come back on and we can do the unboxing. And that's it. Now cousin, I ain't nosy as hell. I'm just interested and curious about a lot of things. My daughter calls it nosy. But nah. My daughter calls it nosy, but I'm just interested in a lot of things. That's all. And cousin, did you retract the message or did YouTube? Oh, hey. How can I check to see whether my chat is live chat or top chat? How can I check on that? Because, there are some people that are saying that they're coming in and they're commenting, but I can't see their comments. Yes, that's it. That's it, cousin. Situational awareness. That is what Milton Leroy and I have. But it was saying I should be able, y'all, if it pauses, I'm sorry. Okay, I was just able to find it. Yeah, look at me, I'm getting a little bit better. There you go. Call it situational. Well, that's what I have. And like I said, my daughter calls it, she's like, oh, you just nosy. You got the pet children nosy. Anytime they hear something, they be looking out the blinds just like you. Hey, that is not that. I'm just curious. I'm not nosy. But I don't care what nobody do out there. As long as they're not calling my name or, anyone, they can do whatever they want to do. And half the time, if they can be calling my name, I'm still not going to respond. I don't respond to nothing. Uh-uh. They need to say hi first. Yes. Yes. Okay, so it was on my end. So I have to tell them that I have turned it on. I probably was fiddling around with something and did that because it was only showing top messages. So now I have it where it shows all the messages. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I tried to figure out how to do that when I was on the other day and I could not. But now I've got it. So maybe I'll be able to see them when they pop up. Because they were like, I come in, I speak to everybody in your chat and nobody speaks back. And I'm like, we don't see you. I don't see you. And I was like, well, go and comment under one of my videos and let me see. Well, they were like, I'll comment under a video and then I'll go back and the comment is gone. So now, hopefully that fixes it. Because we didn't block them or else they wouldn't be able to come into the live. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell him, but I hope that fixed it for him. But yeah, like I said, when it gets here, if y'all aren't busy, you know, I'll come back and do the unboxing. So therefore, y'all can help me put it together. That's going to be the main reason. Y'all can help me put this chair together if need be, if I can't figure it out on my own. But yeah, I'm going to go press my face up against this window. And between the coconut oil and, you know, it should leave a nice imprint, you know, of the, of not to mess with my stuff. They'll be able to see. And I'm going to probably have to put some coconut oil on Milton Leroy's face so I can smush his face up against the window too so they can know that, hey, they mean business. You know, they're a team over there. But okay. Oh, I love y'all. And like I said, I'll be back. I'll be back when it gets here. Tell them. This not TikTok because you know. Yes, that's right. And that's what I was going to say that FAFO family, but I didn't. You know, we need to have those as yard signs too. Don't it? We don't need the ADT over here. We got the family. We got the family over here. But yes, like I said, I will be back when the shower chair gets here. So that, like I said, we can put it together. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm challenged. I really am, and I know that. So I know I'm gonna need some help. But I love y'all, and I will see y'all back. And like I said, as soon as it comes, I'm going back on live. I'll be right back. So if it comes 5 minutes after I get up, I will be back. But yeah, I love y'all so much. And I will see y'all in a little bit. Thank y'all for coming hanging out with me this morning. Yeah, thank you, Cousin Charlene. Thank you, thank you. And I know I don't have to keep saying it, but thank you, Cousin. Thank you, Cousin, so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love you. I love all of y'all. Like I said, y'all could have been doing anything, but y'all are here with me this morning, and I greatly appreciate it. And after this morning, 7 more days before my January 2026 personal challenge is complete. Yeah, oh, I would love it. I would love it. I would love it, cousin. I wish we did. Now, if you got over 50 subscribers on here, we can do a collaboration. So keep that in mind. Okay. Y'all have a great day. I love y'all. Happy Saturday. I will see y'all back here in a little bit. Y'all see I'm looking, honey. Anytime I see something go by that window, I am looking. And y'all, if you have what you need to make you some bath salts again, try it. It is great. Your body will not be disappointed by how it feels. That baking soda makes the water in your skin feel so silky smooth. And you know, the the Epsom salt helps with the aches and pains, and you know, just relaxes the body and pulls out toxins, makes you feel good too. And then the fragrance, yes, good deal. Should relax you. So like I said, if y'all are gonna try it, let me know. And I have to figure out, I have to Google and figure out how to take just that segment of the live and make into a video. You know, it's on video so that I can post it like that. I'll figure it out. Okay. All right, cousin. Get that replay game kicked off. Get that replay party kicked off. Thank you so much. I love y'all. And I will see y'all in a little bit. Until then, happy Saturday. I love you and I'll see y'all later. Milton Leroy says happy Saturday.